Hey everybody, Don here again. Well, today is August 24th. And if you've been following this series, you know that in the last episode, I finally got the upper food plot planted on July 12th. So that was 42 days ago. And it should be lush and plush and thick. But unfortunately, we had no rain for 4 weeks after I planted that. And then to make matters worse, as it was starting to come up, Saturday and Sunday of this past week, and then again on Wednesday of this week, we had torrential rain. So I have not been up there to look at it since the rains came. I'm almost afraid to, because it was not progressing well. But we're going to drive up there and see how it looks, and then make some decisions on what to do. Hang out. Wow, this is a major disappointment. Man, if I look in here, there's more acorns on the ground than there is food plot planted. Look at this. This is terrible. This is 42 days worth of growth. And a lot of bare spots. Now, granted, I don't get a lot of sun in here. As you can see, I'm surrounded by trees. But in years past, I've had a lot more growth up here than what you're seeing now. You see this really fine stuff. I came up a couple weeks ago and I threw down some clover on some of these spots, these bare spots. You can see it's starting to come up, but that's not going to do anything for this year. You know, when I've planted this stuff before, I mean, I had this much growth in a couple of weeks. So I don't know. You know, I mean, I did not do a soil test, as I had said, and that's my bad. But I did put down a good amount of fertilizer, and I did put down a lot of lime. You see this green soil right here? That indicates my soil's still too acidic. You can see it there. So yeah, what am I gonna do? You know, this is bow season starts in 20 days, and I really was counting on using this food plot. Look at all the acorns that came down in those torrential rains. The acorns aren't even really ripe yet. They're not done. I guess it's good news that the oak trees all have acorns on them. I mean, that's a good thing, but so I got to rethink this a little bit. So here's the deal. You know, this food plot, in my mind, is a major failure. The deer will come in and wipe this out in a day or two, and that's not what I'm looking for. So, you know, I follow a guy, Wisconsin Whitetail. Check him out. He planted the same stuff in an area where he mowed the weeds down, let them dry up, and then seeded right on top of that. I think he did that July 2nd or something like that. So he had a really thick base of mulch, seeded right over the top of it, and in 33 days he had almost knee-high honey hole throughout that whole thing. Now, granted, you know, Wisconsin has probably a lot better soil than we have here in the Granite State, but My friends Scott and Brett down in Iowa are, they have an outfitting service and they have great food plots. And, Scott worked for the Department of Agriculture for 30 years, and he is a big proponent of no-till planting. And so that's what I'm going to do here. I mean, I probably can't salvage this for this year, but what I'm going to do is I bought a 50-pound bag of winter rye, and based on also what those guys talk about and what the guy from Wisconsin Whitetail said, I'm going to plant this today. I'm just going to seed right over the top of it with, I don't know, I'll probably use, I think the bag said 50 pounds an acre on that winter rye. So this is really small. I'm probably going to put down 7 or 8 pounds, and I'm going to seed it real heavy, especially the areas that have no coverage, and hopefully that will come up a little bit before now and in the end of the deer season. But what it'll do is it'll grow, and then next year it'll give me something to use as a mulch base. Try to recover this somehow. I can't keep tilling this under. Number one, I don't think it's good for the soil. Number two, my tiller broke and I'm probably not going to fix it. So I'm going to plant this with winter rye and hope for more rain. A nice even rain would be nice, but we'll hope for more rain and see if we can do something to salvage this plot. Really a disappointment. Last year it failed because I got it in too late. This year it failed because of the weather. And luckily the main food plots still have a lot of clover, a lot of chicory. I do have a nice tree stand down there. I may hunt that versus this one, but I was really looking forward to hunting this one. So we'll make the best of it and see what we can do. This is an ongoing learning process, so we'll see what happens.